Move along. This is not the gear you're looking for. Morning folks, Island Biker here on this bright Friday morning. At the start of my commute. Heading to work, doing half day today, which I am very excited about. I'm swapping the bikes over, so Friday I gotta go across on the hovercraft, get on the tracer, go to work, and then ride the tracer back on the ferry over to this side. At some stage this evening, walk down and pick up the FJR. I try and rotate the bikes round every sort of 3 or 4 weeks, really just to give the tracer a blast on the motorway. But it also kind of spreads the mileage over the two bikes. What we got? We got 18 on the clock at 7 AM. Running a little late this morning, by choice. Aiming for the 7:15 hovercraft. A little bit hazy out there in the Solent this morning. Oh, look at that, smooth. So anyway, I'll catch you guys up a bit later. Once we're on the tracer, heading for the ferry port. We'll have a natter, bit of a chin wag. Ready for the start of the weekend. See you later. Welcome back, everybody. So I've just left work, busy morning. Managed to get out at 7 minutes later than I was hoping to, but I'm not going to argue with that. Normally it's hours later than I wanted to. So pretty psyched. And this is the tracer. And we are just heading out to the ferry port. I know I was hoping to go to Lymington today and pick up that ferry because it's a beautiful ride, but no room apparently for my little bike, so we're doing Portsmouth, which is okay. Anyway, about to get on the motorway. Not the most interesting of rides. So down the M27 and M275. So I'll come back to you guys in a bit. Red leader, standing by. Red 1, standing by. Red 4, standing by. Red October, standing by.
Simply Red, standing by.
GSXR. You move! You move! Santa Lucia! Don't you do it! Don't you do it! I need to trim my beard. It is tickling my nose. T-shirt and a surfboard. So, as with all great bikes, this one has a name. And this is Funky Monkey. Now, bearing in mind on my last video I told you that the FJR was called Toothless, I should probably explain why my bikes have bizarre names. They're named by my children, is the size of it. And to be fair, I got off lightly. Because they're 7 and 9, anything could have happened. I mean, the first port of call for those pair is Star Wars names. I was very nearly Jabba riding Boba Fett. That didn't go down too well. Probably a mental picture there you didn't need as well. So Funky Monkey came about because the bike I had before this, my MT125, the last 3 letters on the number plate were LKZ. And I was watching a lot of Walking Dead at the time, and the wife, we love it. It's a thing. So I jokingly said, let's kill zombies, you know, to remind me of the number plate. Didn't realise my eldest was in earshot, and ever since called that bike Zombie Killer. So the naming convention for that bike rolled over to this one. The last 3 were FMK, and he came up with Funky Monkey, which I thought was quite cool. Then the FJR came along. Its last 3 were FBK. Please feel free to post in the comments what you would have called it if the last 3 were FBK. I've got a few X-rated suggestions that weren't appropriate for transmission on this video. My eldest went for Toothless, as previously stated in my last video. The reasons he went for Toothless are twofold. Number one, from a profile perspective, it looks a little bit like Toothless the Dragon in How to Train Your Dragon. I thought fair enough. But also, he clocked that it was a shaft drive and therefore didn't have rear sprockets or any sprockets, and therefore no teeth. So from his logic, it worked absolutely correctly. I haven't had the heart to tell him how a shaft drive works and that there are teeth in there. Why would you? He's 9. So that's how my bikes came about with the names that they have. Zombie Killer, Toothless, and Funky Monkey. I think it's sweet. I'll tell you what, if your bike has a name, I'd love to hear what it is. Put a note in the comments below. Let me know what your bikes are called. So it looks like I'm going to be a little bit early for the ferry, which is pretty good. Because I'm actually quite thirsty. And I've been in meetings all morning, so I didn't really get a big chance. You're going right, aren't you? You're going right. So indicate, man. You've missed it. So yeah, I could do with a can of fizzy pop, as it's a Friday. Oh, dude, I tell you. Yeah, alright. Not sure what the indicator was about then. It's just all over the place. I'm probably going to really annoy someone with what I'm doing at the minute. Cool, not in the way. Progression, people. It's all about progression. So yeah, it'd be good to get this one back on the mainland. She's due a service, 7,000 miles I think, or annual service. I need to give that chain a good scrub as well. This heat's dried it out. I use a muck-off endurance train, so it kind of goes on like a liquid and then dries a bit like a gel. I find it's pretty decent. Works for me. Again, I'm after that coating because I ride the bikes in every weather. I'll take any protection I can get. Use all sorts of chemicals on this. That kind of chain lube, I use ACF 50, whatever I can get my hands on that I think will work. Just watched a video actually all about ceramic coatings, so thinking about that. Anybody used it? drop me a note on Facebook or Instagram. Let me know what you used and if it worked. Much appreciated. Always after good advice by people that have actually done it. It's about a 45-minute ferry crossing, depending on the tide. And I only say that so if there's a high tide, it can take a more direct route. If not, if it's low tide, it has to take a particular route to get through the shallower parts of the Solent, as I understand it. Oh, it's just had a beautiful day. Everybody's getting set for the big game tomorrow. England versus Sweden. As I said on my previous video, I'm not massively into football, but I did see the penalty shootout. I thought my wife was going to have an embolism. I couldn't take that kind of stress. My word. Right, we're here at the ferry terminal. So I'm going to go and book in and then catch you guys in a bit. Cheers. Welcome back to the island, folks. Beautiful day it is too. Thank you. Absolutely stunning. Right. So we're going to go the most direct route home. It's 2 o'clock. It's hot. It has been a exceptionally busy week at work. The whole family's a little bit tired, a little bit tetchy. Coming up to the end of term for the boys. Oh man. So we're going to try and enjoy the weekend, relax a little bit, take it easy. Oh, this road is shocking. The amount of traffic that goes up and down it, you'd think they'd resurface it by now. The FJR doesn't like this road. Little bone shaker. Mr. Greenlight. Still a shame that I couldn't do the Lymington run today. That would have been pretty special. But hey, it happens. The unique nature of living on this island. But tell you what, check out my Instagram page, look at the beach photos. They're just absolutely stunning. A beautiful part of the world. And I'm very happy here. So I live about 15 minutes away from the ferry port, so it's not a massive ride. Unfortunately, it's not a particularly interesting ride. It's just through kind of the outskirts of Ryde. Riding to Ryde. Whoop whoop. But we'll see about getting some good rides in tomorrow. All right. Everybody's happy today. It's a Friday. The sun is shining. So I've got 2 ways home from here. I've got a way that has some really interesting roads and another way that goes through the high street and then down past the seafront. I say interesting roads, there's some corners on it. If I get stuck in the town centre, then that's a bit of a pain. Oh, decisions, left or straight on, left or straight on. I am at a crossroads. Well, it's not a crossroads, a Fork Junction. I mean, it's hardly blue pill, red pill stuff. I said Mr. Green Light too early, didn't I? I think I'm getting every red one. Another red light. Juicy. Ah. Ooh. So I should probably explain a character flaw that I have. Character uniqueness? I don't know. I have number plate Tourette's. So if a word jumps out to me in a number plate, I just shout it out. And I've been in trouble for shouting this out. The one I got in the most trouble for was shouting out a Land Rover that lives quite close to me, and its number plate is B16VAJ. I'll let that one sit with you. You might need to write it down to appreciate its full impact when I shouted that out. So yeah, bear that in mind. It occasionally happens, unless it's a really boring number plate like HWDSU. What am I going to do with that? Dissel, bless you. No, it doesn't work. So yeah, that's about the most fun I get on the way up. It ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. Oh, hello. You're coming over. Brilliant. Love that. And you got this junction here on the right, which is dangerous at most. Yeah, I appreciate it's not quite Stelvio Pass. But it is what you make of it, isn't it? Anyway, I'm almost home. It's the weekend. I wish all you guys a cracking weekend. Take it easy. Stay shiny. And catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.